Back in March 2023, Lexus Australia stopped taking orders for the Lexus plug-in hybrid, the NX450h Plus, and that is less than 1 year since they've actually started selling them. It does look like Lexus is ready to reopen the queue for the NX450h Plus. People can soon take orders, and how long is that wait? And when you look at it, is it going to be too late? Has potential owners moved on to a Tesla or an EV, or they've actually went and just bought the NX350h? Is there still a market for the NX plug-in hybrid? Let's get to it. Hey, it's LSF here today, and today we're here moving to Lexus Australia. And what we're looking at is Lexus Australia is right now confirming that they'll soon bring more plug-in hybrid SUVs to Australia. But then when you think about it, in March 2023, they actually stopped accepting orders for the NX450h Plus because the demand was so high that it took them 2 years or even more to fulfill them. So do you think them adding more plug-in hybrids SUVs into the market will actually help? I'm not too sure. But then let's look at what they say here. So we're here at car experts in Australia, and they're saying that they're confirming that there'll be more plug-in hybrids coming, and really, there's not that many, right? There's only the RX 450h Plus. So they're saying the long-awaited announcement to expand Lexus Australia's plug-in hybrid range is coming soon. And you can know that there has been a very long delay for the NX450h Plus, and if you're one of the lucky ones, probably there's about 1,000 of them in Australia at this point. I'll have to look at the numbers, but when you look at it, do you think that, so if the NX450h Plus comes back for ordering, do you think that the queue that they have will quickly fill up again and then they'll stop taking orders again? I'm not too sure. I don't know if they just lost a lot of potential buyers and now people have given up. They went on a EV or they went on different vehicle. So you can see here, they said that since March 2023, they've actually stopped taking orders and they've only been taking expression of interest. I'm assuming that 1,000 people who actually were on the list probably got off the list, and some people who actually got expression of interest probably would have got their cars as well. So now they're saying that back then in 2023, they're already saying that it will take up to 2025 for it to actually arrive. So that's why they stopped, because there's just no way that they can fulfill it. So now they're saying that back at that time, Lexus CEO were saying that in March that the brand is taking a more cautious approach in introducing the plug-in hybrid for the larger RX. Well, I'm thinking that the RX, they probably could bring it in because it's so much more expensive that some people, I would say the RX is not selling as well as the NX plug-in hybrid because I think of the costs. It just seems a bit high. And especially in Australia, your vehicles are even more expensive. So when you look at it, it says that the powertrain of the plug-in hybrid will soon be coming back, and the wait will have to wait until early 2025 for confirmation. So right now they're saying that early 2025, they will probably reopen the queue. So they're saying that the 1,000 that they had will be taken up until like 2025, but now it looks like early 2025 they will be done. So that's what they're saying. So it's still not 100% confirmed, but it does look like there is a light at the end of the tunnel. If you're interested in the 450h Plus, I think timing is soon. So there's been saying that Lexus has been eyeing to reopen the NX450h Plus for almost 8 months already. So they've been waiting, trying to reopen, but they're suggesting that it will take before end of this year to reopen it, because I think they'll probably fulfill the list by the end of the year. So they're saying that the RX that will be coming, they don't want to repeat the same problem. So that's why they don't want to pause orders, having customers to wait for the product. I think the RX demand is probably not as high, so they can probably fulfill it, and that may leverage some of the NX owners who actually want a bigger car to actually go for the RX plug-in. So that may actually work out better. Because they only have one plug-in hybrid, some people would say, okay, the NX will work. they may just probably want to get to go for the RX instead. So if you do have the RX, maybe that will work as well. So they're saying that here, we hope to have more to say that early in the new year, but the plan is to introduce that car before the end of 2025. If you think of it, RX plug-in hybrid for 2025, that's probably a mid-cycle refresh for the RX already. I just feel that it's a bit delayed here. And reality is, people have been waiting in other countries, like in Canada, people are waiting for the RX plugin or the NX plugin. It is what it is. So they're saying that the reopening of local orders for the NX plug-in hybrid is currently less clear-cut, as Australia is fast approaching the original year-end deadline for the model to reappear on shelves. So they're saying that it's still under consideration, with a decision to come at the same time as the RX announcement. So if they're coming at the RX announcement, so they may say early in 2025, the NX is going onto the shelf. Now you can order them. And by the way, the RX is coming later in the year, probably late 2025. Doesn't sound good, but it is what it is. So do you think that Lexus is a little bit delayed for the Australian market here? Leave in the comments below. First thing is, are you interested in a Lexus plug-in hybrid? And do you think that the RX plugin coming late 2025 is a bit too long? Because it's been in the market for, I would say, 2 years almost.
Follow me on Instagram at LSFT Videos. You can see updates on my experience with the NX450h Plus, which may not be shown on any future videos. You can reach out to me via direct messaging if you have any questions on your Lexus. If you like this video, you can provide me feedback in the comments below, like this video, share it with your friends. This definitely will help with the YouTube algorithms. Press the subscribe button and bell icon and get notified when new videos show up. And lastly, if you want to support me further, you can provide me a super thanks, or visit my Amazon storefront before you purchase anything from Amazon, or you can purchase products from the list on the items that I've been using with my vehicle or at home at no extra cost to you. And now let's continue with the video.
So now let's quickly look at the Australian sales for 2024 and let's see what does this all mean. Right now, up to end of October, these numbers. So we're looking at the UX has significantly dropped in Australia. And right now, you're looking at 716 up to October, and I'm projecting 859 vehicles. Compare last year and the years before, oh my god, it's dropped so much. When we look at the ES, 892, very close to previous years. Again, 2023 is a catch-up year, so these numbers are definitely going to be hard to achieve and win. So we're looking about probably 1,000 vehicles, still better than previous years. The LS11 projected at 13, again, low selling volume car. LC is also the same, low selling. You could look at it, projected 56, better than previous years, 70 last year was good. The new LM, 216 copies right now, 259 projecting. Actually, not too bad as a new model. It's not a cheap car as well. And the new GX really coming out for 4 months, 580. So we're projecting about 700 vehicles for the GX. Coming back to the NX, they're best selling in Australia. So last year was 6,800. Year to date is 5,102 up to October. If you look at previous years, they've already outsold that, and this was a catch-up year, so 6,800 doesn't look like they're going to get there, but 6,122 is not something that you would say is bad. It's actually very good. And then when you look at last year, the RX 2,743, we're at 1,726, projected at 2,000. So these numbers does look like that. It will beat the normal record, and it will not be last year's numbers. We look at the new LX, no longer new, but 900 something was very good last year. 429 and projected at 515. Again, not bad. It's better than previous. The electric RZ 189, 227, lower than last year. But if you look at last year, they've only sold for less months. So not as good for the battery electric RZ. The LBX, brand new LBX, it saved UK's numbers, We're 2 months off here, so you're really looking at 8 months of sales. 1472, not bad at all, but not enough to recover the UX. So it does look like it took a part of the UX, but it doesn't look like it's combined. It's probably very close. So the owners of the LBX probably they stole the UX sales. So right now we're looking at 11,135. Again, beats the previous years, but not last year. And looking at it, 13,362. If you look at it, it's still under last year, but I think they've overachieved already. Much better than 2022 and previous years. And right now it's just 2023 was the catch-up year to really hard to beat. I think even Canada was going to be hard to beat for 2023. So looking at the lifeline of the NX, definitely it will be close to last year, but not enough yet. So when we look at the breakdown, so this is the numbers that I've got. It's hard to get these numbers, but when you look at it, 2022, they sold 230 NX450h pluses, and that's about 7%. And in that article, they said 450 in 2023, and that's about 6% of the total NX sales. So right now, year to date, up to October, the third quarter, 281 copies, also 7%. So reality is they really haven't delivered more NXs, like the plug-in hybrids, to the Australian market. So yes, they expressed the interest, but they haven't really ramped up the sales, like delivering more NX 450h pluses. In return, they actually delivered a lot more hybrids, 74% hybrids, compared to last year's 46 and 45 the year before. So when you go here and you look at these two, they're at almost 700, because again, they stopped in March 2023. So probably mid 2025 is where they've got 1,000, because if you look at it, every quarter, they're only doing like 100-ish, not that much. So if you say 2 quarters, that's about 175 more. So that will get close to 1,000. Again, I don't think that 1,000 will be sold because some people would have moved over and bought the 350h, or they've moved on to another vehicle of a different type. And the last news is Lexus Australia won't follow Toyota. They will not be cutting petrol models out of their portfolio where they have hybrid already. So Toyota has like the entire passenger car and crossover. If they have a hybrid model, they're going to cut out the petrol. So they're going to be totally electrified. But Lexus Australia says it's not the right time at this point to do that switch. They're going to keep, for example, the NX350, the 350h, and the 450h Plus. If it was Toyota, the 350 would have disappeared. And what they're really saying is customers will tell them if it is time, if you don't buy them, they will cut it. But if you keep on buying them, meaning there's options, there's choice, and they want to give customers choice. And I know some people still don't trust the hybrid technology. They like the gas only, the ICE vehicles. So it is what it is. And they're also saying that by 2030, their plan is to go fully electrified by 2030. So probably by then that will happen. And you can see that already. LBX is already pure hybrid. LM is already pure hybrid. If they actually go and do a refresh of certain models and they don't offer them anymore from a Lexus global standpoint, then they have no choice. So what do you think? Do you think that's the right choice? Or is Lexus Australia, because of customer choice, is going in a different direction where globally everybody's going electrified? Let me know in the comments below. I hope that you found that this video was informative, and until next video, drive safely. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please comment, like, share this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, you can subscribe to my channel and press that bell icon to get notified when new videos are posted. And if you'd like to support this channel, you can provide me a super thanks. And until next time, cheers.